Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and place to be, it's Debsy. Boop, boop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Welcome back to my channel. Nope, happy Thursday. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is having a wonderful week and had a great day. We're going to get right into this week's episode of McBee Dynasty. This is the next to the last episode for season 2. Next week is big season finale for season 2. So let's get into it. Okay. We pick up where we left off last week with Jesse and Allie. So Jesse and Allie, they're talking about Jesse's, what's going on with my hair here? Wait a second. Okay, so they're talking about Jesse's like panic or anxiety attack. She's really Allie's trying to hold it together because she really wants him to come to her in the future with anything like this. Like anytime he's feeling stressed or anything like that, she wants to know about it. And I got it sounded like maybe Allie's parents were divorced too. So that was maybe something that was maybe had in the past been in her mind also, along with the whole thing of like high school sweethearts getting divorced or breaking up. So she had, that might be on the back burner for her a little bit too. But listen, Jesse's like, I always promised that my marriage would be different than my parents. And also he sees that like he's taking it seems to me like he's taking a lot of comfort in how Allie, number one, how Allie is and how Allie is different from a lot of other women, and also how she's handling it, I think. And Allie just asks him, listen, do you think that postponing the wedding might alleviate some of the pressure? Do you think it would benefit your mental well-being, your mental health wellness? And he says, no, I don't want to postpone it. I think this is going to be, he's feeling a little bit better, and he just wants it to go smoothly, and he says he's looking forward to it. So they're not going to postpone the wedding. I didn't think they would. Okay. Agricultural report. Can I say it? Agricultural. Okay. Debsy's agricultural report. Okay. So they have like one day left to harvest the soybean and the corn, because they got to make that $6 million payment. I got some water. I know that was a big gulp. Yeah, they got this $6 million payment they have to make. Okay, so Jesse, Allie, and both of their mothers, they go in for a tasting. Listen, that is what I would like to do. I am never going to be getting married, but okay, I'll talk about this some other time. I don't want to turn this into an hour long video because I'm talking about what I will never have and how I want to get people to give never mind. I'll get into it at a later time during this. Okay, so they're going in for a tasting. They're tasting all the different foods that they may very well have at their wedding. But listen, here's the rule that they have. No Russians at the wedding, and that's it. Okay, so Jesse and his mom, Jesse and Christy, go outside, they're talking, and he's like, hey, what do you think about this prenup? And she's like, hells to the no, hell no. She's like, hell no. But she knows who exactly is behind this. And who's behind this is Steven Sr. Because when they got divorced, There was no prenup saying, we want prenup, we want prenup. She didn't want it. They didn't have one. So now that's why Steven Sr.'s like, ladies are the devils, and I'm not going to get myself roped into just one. Plus, Christy is like, listen, if you had a prenup, that would devastate Allie. Allie has been with him for forever. She's not that kind of girl. And that, I agree, that would devastate her. But then there's that flashback of Steven Jr. telling him, listen, you have to have a prenup because you have 25% of the farm. If you get divorced, then that means Allie would get 12.5% of the farm. Is Allie going to do that? Allie would not do that. I can speak confidently. Allie does not seem to be like that type of girl. She's a good girl. I don't think she would do that at all. Now, somebody else, yes. Okay, so speaking of which, Cal is at Steven Jr.'s Kansas City apartment, and they have right on her tagline, Steven Jr.'s ex-girlfriend. Listen, her little niece that she was FaceTiming with, she's adorable. She is absolutely adorable, but she's a smart girl. Because even that adorable little baby girl, she knows something goofy's going on there. She's like, where's Steven? She knows something's going on. She's smart. She's cute and she's smart. Cal is saying she really wants to go back to Dallas. She wants to be with her family. But Steven is like pushing them to get back together. I don't know why she doesn't just go. Honestly, she's gorgeous. She couldn't meet somebody else. She probably has men like knocking her door down. She could meet somebody else. And he could meet somebody else. Okay, so next, Christy and Michelle. Michelle is Allie's mom. They meet up for lunch. They are very good friends. I mean, the two, their children have been dating for it's 12 years now. So they have gotten to be very close friends. So they're sitting there, they're having lunch, and Christy gets some text. Well, this text is from Galena asking her about, can I come to the wedding? Because she's been there. She's like family to the boys. I mean, she works. She's a CEO, or she's something big in the company. So she's been around them through the company, and then she's been around them through Steve Sr. So she would really like to go. Listen, in my opinion, I would say no, because this is supposed to be about two people, and the only two people it's supposed to be about is Allie and Jesse, and there shouldn't be any drama. And if Masha goes, there could very well be drama, and you don't want that. And I know Allie would not want that. So we're leaving it at that. But listen, Deb C's agricultural report. It's Deb C, and place to be. It's Deb C. Agricultural report. That's me. Yeah, Deb C. Ciao. Okay, so the agricultural report. It's the last day of harvest. So let's haul some ass to get that corn and soybean to pay off them bills. 6 million of them to be exact. So they're pumping, they're getting stuff done, they're working through it, they're harvesting shit and getting shit done. So everybody afterwards goes out by the fire pit, they're eating high on the hog, they're having some steak, and they're eating good. And I'm thinking, this must be some good news. So Stephen Jr., he's getting ready. He has the numbers. And right before they go to commercial, it sounds like it's going to be bad. But as it turns out, listen, the corn at the beginning was terrible. But the soybean and the corn later on, profit year, like the best in a while. They came through. There's no problem paying that $6 million off. And that's a good thing, because that deal that Stephen Jr. procured with Arthur Bryant, that restaurant, that barbecue restaurant in Kansas City, that fell through. Now, you knew that was going to fall through. So thank God they have that. And it seems like maybe their mail order beef business is maybe saving them too. But then there's the car washes. They said that how they have that car wash and coffee shop. I still don't know how that works. But he says all the car washes are almost all set up. So that means Stephen Sr. is going to be coming back into the mix. Or is he? Because he pleaded guilty to fraud. And he is awaiting, sentencing, I guess. I just can't stand him. Okay, so speaking of the car wash, listen, I'm never going to understand why they open car washes. In my mind, if you're opening up a car wash and you have all of these, you have a farm and cattle, and then you open up car washes. See, to me, that sounds like you're trying to hide something, or like it's an operation that's set up for money laundering or something. I don't think that's the case, but I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't understand why they decide to do that. But okay, so last year they had a big deal fall through with some investors. That fell through. So they have another set of investors that are potential for the car wash. So they're having a big opening on their last one, grand opening, that they are, they're opening. A grand opening for their last one. So Galena's there, all of the boys are there, and Jesse pulls Galena aside and is like, listen, I am, okay, here you go. I'm deciding you can come. So he says, here's an invitation, and I would like for you to come. He says it's because like she wants to move on. He sees that she's trying her hardest to move on, and Galena's just been a part of his life and the boy's life, either through his father or through work. And plus Christy's mom called and said, like, listen, I'm okay if she goes. It's gonna be fine. So Galena is all excited. She's so excited. She's talking to some of the investors. They're cutting the ribbon. Everything is good. Everything is great. She's trying to enjoy herself. And then there's this annoyance and aggravation that she sees over on the side. I was really thinking when I was saying that, I was thinking of that whole sound bit of Abby Lee Miller. And who happens to be here, which I don't understand, but why the fuck is Masha at the car wash opening? Like, it doesn't look like Steve Sr. I didn't see Steve Sr. anywhere, and Masha's there, which makes absolutely no sense. And then she's telling people that she does marketing for the car washes. Listen, at this point, I'm like, keep it together. Galena, you've been doing good. You've been doing really good. Keep it together, keep it together, keep it together. Thank God her daughter's there. Her daughter's like, do not say anything to her. Do not. And even Stephen Jr.'s like, I don't understand why Masha's here. my dad texted her and was like, do not show up, do not go there. And she still showed up. Listen, she either wants to start some shit and poke the bear with Galena, or she wants to try and establish like her dominance. They're like, you know, like piss to mark her territory or something. I don't know. And everything is going great. Like everything is going really good. And then she sees Masha talking to one of the other investors. That's when it goes all out the window. That's when everything goes out the window. And that whole thing of like, thank God that her daughter was there because she was keeping her calm. At some point, she wasn't even doing that. And it was not a good look. It was not a good look at all. Okay, a little bit later on, Jesse and Allie, they had their wedding rehearsal. That's going to be beautiful. It's one of these big white barns, and just it looks gorgeous inside. So Kala is coming, and Stephen Jr. is going to be the officiant. Okay, all you have to do, you don't have to take a course. You just have to register and pay $49. And if you want a little card, an official card, then you pay $5 extra. And he paid $5 extra. Was I thinking of doing that? Hell, yes, actually, I think that would be a great idea to get to become an officiant. So that way, if maybe anybody in the LGBTQIA plus community wants to get married and maybe they can't find somebody who would marry them, and there we go. And you would help them out, and you would marry anyone who wants to be married. I think that would be lovely. But so Stephen Jr. is the officiant. Allie, okay. So it's said that Allie's one request is to have no drama. And if there is drama, then Allie is not to know about it, which I completely agree with. That is a great rule. Jesse's parents, Stephen Sr. and Christy, they are going to be sitting together. So I think they're going to hold it together though, because especially Christy, because Christy doesn't want any drama. Christy is the level-headed one. And I think it'll be fine. Also, the two people that are not allowed are the Russians, Galena and Masha. But Stephen Jr. was like, nope, Galena's okay. Masha, this is the one you gotta watch out for. Do not let her in, because I guarantee she's gonna try and get in there. Okay, Jesse and Allie are talking outside, and he's not nervous anymore. He's excited. He really wants to get married. But he says after we get back from Hawaii, so I guess that's where they're going on their honeymoon, then we need to move you out of the city house and into the farm. We need to put the city house up for sale. And she's like, oh, really? Is that what we're doing? He's like, yep, that is what we're doing. But she seems okay with it. But here's the thing. Why did they're going to put it up on the market, the city house. Why did they even build it? I mean, that's a waste. That was a waste. Okay. Inside, Stephen Jr.'s talking with his brothers about there not being a prenup yet. And he's like, our farm is on the line. No, don't do that. Don't do that. So he goes out, he talks to Jesse, and he's like, hey, since we didn't get a prenup worked out, how about if we do a postnup? And listen, was I yelling good for you? Good for you, Jesse. Because he stood up to him and he said, no, we're not going to do that because we can trust Allie. We can trust her. She would never do that. And then he says, I know we can trust Allie, but I want to set a precedent for Cole. Which immediately in my mind, I was like, So are you thinking that's something that Casey would do? That she would just take him for half? See, I don't think Casey would either. And then he said, this is not a great example for any of us. And maybe you need to listen. Maybe instead of worrying about a prenup, maybe you need to be better in marriage. Maybe don't do shit in a marriage like your father did that is going to make a woman divorce him and want to take you for half. Maybe do that. Maybe do better rather than worrying about somebody taking you for half. Don't get in the situation where you're going to get taken for half, is all I'm saying. Okay, so next week is the season finale. We have the wedding. Also, it looks like Kala is not showing up to the wedding. And Galena is arrested. And it looks like Galena is arrested in her dress, like that she's going to wear to the wedding. Right? So I'm thinking that maybe next week when I do this, maybe I was thinking I would have a little mini wedding reception here, like decorating the back. And maybe, who knows? We'll see. You know, you might get that. You might not. I would like to do it. But anyways, okay. In the comments, let me know what you thought if you watched this week. And if nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard, please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world so it comes right back at you. Please always treat each other with kindness. And kindness is free, so put it out there. Be aware of your surroundings. Be smart and safe. Let's all hydrate with some water. Wham ham. And if you're in a dangerous situation, please know that Dolly and I are sending out our love, thoughts, prayers, and positive energy your way so you make it through. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, then Saturday. But I really think it is going to be tomorrow. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye.